We are looking at Archlang. 2 videos uploaded, 69,200 subscribers. This hypergrowth reveals a massive market gap for visual storytelling. For history and animation, the RPM sits between $4 and $8. Conservative estimates suggest it could be earning $500 to $2,000 monthly. Mature audiences combined with constant screen motion equal high retention, allowing for multiple mid-roll ads. It directly targets the audience's deep fear of uncertainty and civilizational collapse. The single most important observation is the intense emotional pressure designed into the visual assets. Look at the direct screen actions. The title, Why Civilizations Collapse and Why We Are Next, binds ancient history to modern survival. On screen, Mayan, Egyptian, and Roman figures fall like dominoes directly toward a modern human. Another thumbnail shows a character covering their mouth in shock while staring at a massive, burning library with the text, What We Lost Forever. This dynamic action forces the click. To replicate this, use AI tools to generate unified vector historical figures. Then apply basic motion graphics to create simple falling or burning actions. A smarter angle is targeting the business sector. Break down the collapse of corporate giants using the exact same domino effect visual style. You capture a finance audience and easily push the RPM higher. Next is Mindful Pause. 6 videos uploaded, 47,500 subscribers, and over 3.7 million views. This channel launched just months ago and immediately found aggressive traction. Based on this niche, the RPM ranges from $4 to $10. It is likely generating $1,500 to $4,000 a month. Pet owners are a targeted demographic with high purchasing intent, making this space incredibly valuable for advertisers seeking emotional connection. This works because it avoids dry training theories, isolating specific daily pain points instead. The key observation is its reliance on low-barrier, highly relatable emotional triggers. The screen breakdown shows a highly unified template. In Why Your Dog Takes Over Your Bed, the creator visualizes a frustration every dog owner experiences. Thumbnails use light backgrounds, thick text, and massive red arrows. One specific thumbnail shows a girl petting an old dog with, How Your Dog Says Goodbye. The arrow points at the resting dog, simulating separation anxiety and triggering an immediate emotional response that guarantees a click. Replicating this requires lifting key points from existing pet behavior blogs and assembling simple 2D characters using asset libraries. The core workflow is matching a warm voiceover to basic poses. For a better angle, pivot entirely to cat psychology. Cat owners have entirely different behavioral curiosities. You can also embed affiliate links for pet anxiety toys directly into descriptions to multiply revenue streams. Now looking at If Humans, 34 videos, 97,500 subscribers, over 6.1 million total views. This channel proves that high-end production value is completely unnecessary if your concept is sharp. Entertainment spaces have a lower RPM, typically $1 to $5. Conservative estimates suggest it could be earning $500 to $1,500 a month. While short videos prevent mid-roll ads, the retention rates are so high they trigger algorithmic virality to compensate with raw volume. It works because it provides pure, mindless escapism. The key observation is the strict, highly unified what-if content structure that sets an immediate viewer expectation. Breaking down the layout, the titles strictly follow a formula: If Humans Put Ads in Everything, or If Humans Lived Underground. The runtime is aggressively restricted to exactly 2 minutes. Screen actions consist entirely of black and white stick figures performing absurd tasks against poorly colored backgrounds. There is no shading or fluid animation. The visual focus is entirely on the absurdity of the action, removing all friction for the viewer. To copy this, scrape Reddit's what-if threads for high engagement scenarios. Use basic whiteboard tools to draw stick figures and sync them with exaggerated sound effects. A better angle is to narrow the focus to workplace tropes. If office workers operated like machinery targets a specific, highly stressed demographic that is much more likely to share the content. Moving to Zen, 15 videos uploaded, 141,000 subscribers and over 15 million views. The ratio of views to uploads on this channel is absolutely staggering. Because it touches on hard science, history, and psychology, the RPM sits between $4 and $10. With 8 to 10 minute runtimes allowing for mid-roll ads, this channel is likely generating $10,000 to $30,000 monthly. This format thrives on intellectual contrast. The most important observation is the intentional visual downgrade used in the thumbnails to stand out in a saturated feed. Looking closely at the screen, the video Why Are You Left or Right-Handed uses a thumbnail consisting only of black and white stick figures. It features a massive 90% right and 10% left written in a basic font. In a feed filled with highly rendered 3D graphics, this unpolished, MS Paint-style drawing acts as a jarring visual anchor. Titles like What Did Ancient Humans Do at Night attack strange curiosities directly without any filler. Replication requires shifting all effort from visuals to research. The workflow is drawing basic stickmen with a mouse and spending all your time rewriting dense Wikipedia articles into suspenseful narratives. To make more money, apply this exact downgraded stickman style to financial history. A video breaking down historical market crashes or corporate fraud using crude drawings will attract a high-value audience and multiply the RPM. This is Professor Mass. 8 videos. 4,120 subscribers. Almost 1 million views. It operates in a highly specific fitness space, but achieves surprisingly broad appeal. The RPM ranges from $4 to $10. Based on this niche, the channel could be earning $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Hardcore fitness and anatomy topics pull high-value ads, and the 10-minute average runtime ensures maximum monetization through mid-rolls. This channel works by satisfying both morbid curiosity and the desire for organized data. The single most important observation is the grid-style encyclopedia layout used in every thumbnail. The screen breakdown reveals a strict cataloging system. The thumbnail for Every Body Fat Percent Explained displays 8 distinct male torsos aligned in a rigid grid, progressing from 3% to 40%. The Every Bodybuilding Scandal thumbnail uses 8 black and white circular headshots. Underneath each face are extreme descriptors like double murder or blacklisted. This turns abstract history into a classified visual file. Titles use a forced, every explained structure, promising a definitive resource. To replicate this, source 8 to 10 static assets per topic, align them in a rigid grid using basic photo editing tools, and narrate point by point. No complex motion is needed. Next is Tune. 140 videos, 152,000 subscribers, over 43 million views. This is an aggressive movie critique channel built entirely on negative reinforcement. Movie review RPMs are lower, around $2 to $5. However, this channel is likely generating $2,000 to $6,000 monthly because the videos exceed 20 minutes. The prolonged runtime allows for massive mid-roll ad stacking. It works by validating the audience's frustration with poorly written modern media. The key observation is the highly formulaic epic versus cringe visual comparison. Analyzing the screen actions, thumbnails are permanently locked into a red and green split-screen design. On the left, a green background frames a successful character with text like, or. On the right, a red background frames a failed character with text like, or. Titles rely on a condescending structure. How not to write. One thumbnail aggressively labels a failed character as brainless. It sets up a battlefield before the video starts, forcing viewers to click to defend or attack. Replication requires downloading source clips, aggressive editing, and writing a script focused entirely on tearing down one subject while elevating another. A better angle is mapping this red-green polarizing format onto tech hardware reviews. Comparing legendary product designs against corporate flops using this aggressive labeling strategy taps into a lucrative tech audience. We are looking at Fat Little Asian Man. 15 videos, 80,100 subscribers, 6.6 million views. Operating in geopolitics and satire, the RPM sits at $4 to $8. A conservative estimate has this channel earning $2,000 to $6,000 a month. The 12 to 21-minute videos ensure mid-roll ad placement, assuming the topics dodge demonetization filters. This channel works because it ignores political correctness, offering edgy, unfiltered regional roasts. The most important observation is the extreme contrast between highly sensitive topics and primitive MS Paint artwork. On screen, every South Korean province explained by a Korean operates as a hyper-local roast satisfying foreign curiosity. The thumbnail for Asian racism features crude, poorly drawn avatars attacking each other against a badly cropped flame background. Visuals look entirely unpolished, drawn with a mouse. This intentional lack of effort strips away the seriousness of the geopolitical subject matter, framing it entirely as a dark joke. Scrape geopolitical memes and regional stereotypes from Reddit. Voice over the script while showing basic, poorly drawn country avatars created in default painting software. A smarter angle is using this crude drawing style to roast tech industry rivalries or programming languages. You keep the edgy humor, but remove the risk of political ad restrictions. Finally, the Thought Vortex. 12 videos, 20,300 subscribers, 2.6 million views. It leverages evolutionary psychology to explain modern behavior. This educational and psychological content has an RPM of $5 to $10. The channel is likely generating $1,000 to $3,000 monthly. The 7 to 10 minute animations keep viewers locked in, driving up ad completion rates and maximizing revenue. It works because it scientifically justifies strange daily habits that everyone experiences but no one understands. The key observation is the sharp cross-temporal contrast in the visual logic. The screen actions are built on direct comparison. The video, "Why are human babies so useless?" asks a blunt question every parent secretly thinks. In another video, "Your ancestors would kill for sugar," the screen shows a modern human eating a donut next to ancient humans fighting for survival. This visual action directly maps a modern guilt-inducing habit onto an ancient survival instinct, instantly validating the viewer. Replicating this requires sourcing concepts from mainstream evolutionary psychology books and using template-based 2D animation software like Vyond to quickly generate the ancient versus modern scenes. A better angle is to apply this evolutionary lens strictly to the modern dating market. Explaining dating app behaviors through primitive tribal selection would explode in views and open doors for lucrative app sponsorships. These creators bypass traditional bottlenecks, beating the algorithm by combining raw data with undeniable emotional triggers. The opportunities are right in front of you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.